Shalom on Kims. It's your brother Benoit. I'm back at another one. Today's spirit private Yahawashi. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory be unto the Father and the Son, Yahawashi. Double honest elders and apostles of the Green Millstone, ruling time in His truth and sincere salutation unto the brethren, pushing His word through truth and sincerity and life in to do so. Alright, it's gonna be another in transit. Alright. Early in the morning. Into the plantation, man, and I had some thoughts last night while I was actually on the plantation. I wanted to do a video on it, and it's just kind of crazy, but the topic that I was basically meditating on was pretty much that I was just meditating on the old times, and even when I was a younger man. I wasn't even in the truth yet, but, I actually appreciated the younger times, or the older times, right? I'm seeing the way the economy is going, and what kind of really sparked this was I was watching a little bit of videos on, the economy, right? Specifically, the Canadian economy, all right, and, they were talking about income tax, jumping, I believe, from 28% to 47%. Or 48%, all right. What we used to pay, I think it was from what we used to pay till now. It was either that or the more money you make, all right. So someone compared that makes like $50,000 a year to $100,000 a year. Your income tax goes way up, like it skyrockets. But people are basically talking about that, and the lady, she was at a press conference. She was talking to the politicians, and she brought that to their attention. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because, this is why everyone, is so freaking stressed, man. And I want to bring this up too. That I remember this quote I read. It was a while ago, a long time ago, I should say now. But basically, the quote was referencing. It was a Gadite. Okay, for those of you that don't know. Gadites are from the tribe of Gad, okay? And they're the so-called Native Americans of today, okay? They are Israelites, okay? And this shows you that Gad, or so-called Native Americans, are, Jacob. They're from the lineage of Jacob, because he basically was talking about how the Native American man lived, right? He did a good days of work, right? He did his job or whatever, right? He came home to his wife, his kids, right? He didn't have to wake up in the morning at 4 a.m. and go to work, He just woke up, he woke up a decent time, right? No stress, man, okay? Go a little hunting, get some food, whatever. Did a good days of work. And those of you that don't know, the Native Americans, they had some type of system, okay? But I believe their system, a lot of it kind of was based off fair trade, So it's like, oh, I know how to fix this, right? And you got some grapes that my family needs, or some medicine, right? If I fix this for you, will you give me those, give me a good portion of grapes, right? And that kind of system is called, fair trade, I give you something, you give me something, and we walk off. It's like a business deal. Nowadays, that shit don't even work, man. You gotta go to small-ass communities to find that, all right? But I just want to reference that because that's Jacob right there, okay? It's referencing how, basically Native Americans like to stay inside and just be among their community and just relax. They didn't worship money, right? Everybody had what they had. Some people had some gold, right? They would go looking for some gold, right? Because back then you could just go in the river, you can dig a little bit, you can find a little piece of gold and do it to your will. You bring it to the smith, right? The iron smith, he'll melt it down for you, do whatever you need to do, you pay him, whatever, right? But he was referencing that, right? The main thing that he was talking about is that men just like to eat, sleep, want peace, and pop their woman. It's just beautiful, man, And I'm just like, man, that's Jake right there. Because Jake loves the simplest shit. Jake loves the simplest shit. Give Jake some woman. Look at Jake now. Give Jake a decent looking woman, a decent job, or something that he can live off. All right, you know what I mean? And Jake's blessed, man. Give him some food. Jake's chilling. Jake don't need nothing, right? But we're in the modern era, right, where people worship money. Everything is money, money, money. That's why everything is the way it is now. Everyone's so stressed, right? Back then, even just a little while back, you didn't even have to work that hard, man, right? You would have everybody's trying to get rich. Everybody's trying to get, come up on the come up, all right? That's why everyone's so goddamn stressed. That's why everybody will sell out for money, is because everybody needs money. Everybody wants money, right? And that's the market right now. That's what it's made to be, okay? Of course, everyone's gonna need money when food is so high and gas is so high, and you have to pay all these taxes and these bills, and you're in debt and this. Of course, you're gonna want to have to become a millionaire, right? And also, what I was meditating on is, you're not supposed to work all your life. You're supposed to enjoy your life. You think the men of old worked to death? No. I'm not saying they didn't work, but working wasn't all there was to life. Now it is. And the reason why these people work so much is because, right? Shout out to Coach Greg Adams, man. I'd be listening to his podcast, but, he basically references men have money and they have their meat. The M stands for money. The E stands for energy. The A stands for attention, and the T stands for time. Okay, the most important things that you have as a man, as a whole. Okay, but right. The most important things out of those is your money and your time. Okay, you sacrifice time to make money, and once you make money, you get back time. Right? So when you have a lot of money, like these millionaires and whatnot and whatever, they have more time. They can go on vacation more. They can chill with their family more. Their bills are paid easier. They can hire people to do the things that they would do day to day, hand to hand, if they didn't have that much money, And that's why people strive to get so much money. They want to become rich. They want to do this. They want to do that, And I was just meditating on this, man. I was like, yo, this is crazy, right? And that's what basically activated my mind to meditate on it, is that I was just watching videos on the income tax and how much people pay, and that too, like people that do make a lot of money in society, they're actually punished for it, man. Right? They're heavily taxed. Like truck driver, like if you make $80K a year, $90K, $100K, man, you're getting destroyed in taxes. At least here in Canada, right? You are getting destroyed in taxes, man. It's crazy. Right? And I was watching a video on that, and I'm just like, man, we would never have these issues if part of the reason too, women didn't join the workforce. Right? If women didn't join the workforce, we would not have this problem as well. That's another thing. Okay? Because now they can tax both genders. Okay? The wages are messed up. Okay? Because you have people that don't even want to do the amount of work that's required, but still get paid the same. And that's what women do. Right? That's where the whole wage gap and all this stuff comes from. Okay? All in all, man, this shit gotta give. Right? All this expensive shit, right? Everything's expensive, man. Everything. The cost of living, buying a house, owning anything, man. Anything luxurious. You can't even own nothing luxurious no more. And Esau's obviously doing this on purpose, man. It's obviously the prophecies. Right? But, right? It's obviously the prophecies that's speaking. But yeah. I was just meditating on this, man, and I'm like, yo, back then you could work a fucking factory ass job, make $8 an hour, and you're the only one working. Your wife's at home, she take care of your kids, you can't even have that luxury no more. All right, and the crazy part is, this is in all countries, this is in all continents of the earth, right? Like people like saying, oh, I'm gonna move and go over here, bro. It's everywhere. This whole shit's effed up. All right? And the Lord told you, man. The Lord told you that you would not be able to escape his wrath, man. This is part of the Lord's wrath. Okay? Right? The Lord has put that spirit on Esau. What do the scriptures tell you? The scriptures tell you that the devil shall come down with a great hammer, with great wrath. That hammer is that wrath, man. Like a hammer, it's like a weapon, man. And destroy your ass, man. That's what Esau's doing. He's coming down with that hammer. This is a part of the hammer. This is the beginning stage of the hammer, man. Make your ass so stressed out. You're tired. right? You ain't got no time for your kids. You ain't got no time for your family. You ain't got time for the activities, the hobbies that you like. Back then, you could do this shit, man. You didn't need to work 5 jobs and shit just to pay rent. You didn't need to work 5 jobs just to pay your car, you know? A hefty-ass car payment, $1,000 a month. With 12% interest and 15% and 20% interest. You miss one car payment, your car payment goes up $2,500. Now you got to pay that, your original car payment plus the interest. You know, like, it's crazy. You know, you didn't have this shit back then. You had it to some degree, but it was not amplified on the way that it is now. Right? This shit is out of whack, man. Okay, and that's why everyone is stressed, depressed, cold toward another. Right? How am I gonna pay this? When people are just quiet and they look stressed and they look like they're about to give up the damn ghost, yeah, that's what they're thinking about. How am I gonna pay this? How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do that? How am I gonna do this? Right? You know, this shit is crazy out here, man. Right? And I was just meditating on it, man. It's OD, man. You know, they're all Esau's overdoing it. You know. But again, it's all part of the prophecy, man. All right, and that's why we don't really put all our don't put your faith in this place, man. Don't store your treasure, like the Lord said, right? Wherever your treasures are, that's where your heart lieth, man. That's what the Lord said, you know, right? So you out here, you're a millionaire, you got 20 cars, you got 50 houses and shit. Of course you're gonna be vexed when you lose that shit, man. You know, just do what you gotta do until the time comes. You know, and I made that video, man. It was a while back. This is last year I made that video, but it says be prepared to give up everything. Be prepared to lose everything. The title's along those lines. Okay, you better be prepared to give up all this shit, man. Because really, we don't have nothing here, right? Your woman, even your kids, man. Like Job. That's why I love the story of Job. Job had everything, man. Job had land. Oh yeah, and Job was a rich man too. He was a real rich man. Job had wealth. That's real wealth. When you're wealthy, then you're rich. It's not when you have 20 million in the bank. That can be taken at any second. And you're not using it to you're not using that money to invest or create more profits. You just have it sitting there flexing in it. Like these niggas do. These niggas ain't got no vision. They ain't got no ambition. They make 20 million and stop making money. They forget how to make money. They forget what to do with the money. All right? They don't have real ambition. They don't have nothing of that nature. Okay? Right? But real wealth is like Job. Job had cattle. Right? Salakia. Job had cattle. He had what is it called, man? Job had cattle. He had land. He had a house. He had a family, a big family, okay? And the most thing above all, man, he had Yahawashi. He had a stable mind. He had foundation, okay? That's why you celebrities are going to lose everything. And that's why these people are going to lose their minds, because they don't have no foundation. You have all these nice things and material goods and no foundation to hold it up. You got your riches by deceit and wickedness. You know? You got your riches by deceit and wickedness. And the reason why these people want to become millionaires so goddamn bad, another part of the reason why is because of social media. They see the average person or their friend, they go on vacation, okay? Specifically these goddamn women. Not knowing this woman, she's a whole damn harlot, right? She's selling her pum-pum, her front, you know? Right? But she's flaunting it, right? And she's all taking the pictures by herself. Ain't nobody in the background. She ain't taking pictures with nobody else. Not a man, not a woman in sight. She's selling. She's selling. All right? She's for sale. You know? So when people see this, men see this, and they're like, yo, she the same age as me. How the hell she gets to go out like that? You know? What do you think that does to the mind? You know? What do you think that does to the mind? Right? Right? This shit gotta go, man. All right? And we're gonna be rich. Okay? We're gonna be rich in righteousness, man. Right? Which is the kingdom. Salaki for that. Right? We're gonna be rich in the kingdom. We're gonna be richer than these elites. the most brokest Israelite in the kingdom, right? A 2/3 or whatever. Okay, they're gonna be more rich than the elites. They're gonna have a bigger house than the elites. They're gonna receive more blessings than the elites. The elites ain't getting no blessings. They got all their blessings originally from the Lord, but they got it through Satan. Okay, because they know how to summon up Satan. They know how to talk to demons and shit, and that's how they got their riches, through lies and deceit, killing millions and billions, starting wars, battles, you know, like Ukraine and Russia and shit. Okay, that's how they wax rich, through killing people. Okay, we're gonna get our riches through righteousness, and really, it's our riches anyways. All that gold and shit. Okay, it's all ours. Sorry if I'm going too long, but it's on my spirit, man. This show is on my spirit. Okay, like all this riches and shit. All these people, that's all they fucking fantasize about. Especially these women. If you're not rich, if you're not making $1 million a year, you're broke. You're this, you're that. Like, you know, hey man, it don't matter, because when that time comes, we're gonna see who's really broke, who's really getting broken, right? When these Gurga troops and shit. That's why the Lord's doing all this, because when that time comes, everyone's cold. You're gonna see people, kids even, in that time. They're just wondering, where's my mommy? Where's my mom? Get, you know? I ain't even gonna go get too graphic, but you know what I'm talking about, man. All right? It's just gonna get wicked out here, man. You know? But I was on my spirit, man. You know? The simpler times, basically. You know, the simpler times when we used to live. Right? We didn't have to pay and do all these goddamn payments, not worry about money. It was more about family, unity, community, humility, all of that, man. Harmony. Okay? Not everybody looking for a goddamn handout. You know? And then you lose your job, you're worrying, I can't pay this. You know, you ain't got even no damn reserve. Right? You ain't got no savings, you ain't got no investments. You continuously have to take that out to keep up with your bills. Nah, man. This shit gotta go. This shit gotta wrap up. And all this is wickedness, by the way, too. All these heavy taxes. This is what Rome was doing too. Okay, I hope you guys know that. Rome was doing the same shit. Rome kept going to war. You know? Their military was spread out just like America, just like Canada, all NATO and shit. They were sticking their nose where they shouldn't be. In other people's business, in all these other nations' businesses and shit. Okay? Trying to take them over, rob them, you know, take their gold and shit. And they kept getting broker and broke, because you have to fund those type of things, right? So Rome kept getting broker and broker and broker. Soldiers dying, all sorts of stuff, man. So what do they do to make more money and make it seem legal? They raise the taxes, and they tax you on certain other things, like food, luxuries like gas, right? In this time, right? Your bills just get higher. You're basically paying tax. You're getting taxed. And what they call it is inflation. That's what they call it. They call it inflation. Inflation is nothing but a tax, man. That's what inflation is. And I broke that down when the bear bug was here, right? When I told you guys that a lot of these people are going to have to pay back those PPP loans, man. I said, you're going to have to pay that back. And if you don't pay it back, and people can't pay it back, you know what they're going to do? They're going to raise gas. They're going to raise food. They're going to raise your rent. They're going to raise everything. To buy a car, to buy a house. Everything gets raised. Okay? Because the economy has to adjust to the lack of money coming in. To the lack of money being spent by the consumers. So, guess what you get now? You get inflation. Right? Right? But when things are out of course, you know what happens, man? You know what happens when things are out of course, man? Right? You want to know what happens when things get out of course? Right? It gives out. Don't change oil in your car. The natural order of your car, it needs oil, right? What happens when you don't give it oil? Or you don't change the oil? The engine blows. Right? Right? You don't treat a sickness, what happens? Because your body's supposed to be healthy, right? You don't treat a sickness, what happens? You die. So everything that is not in its natural order, okay, it gives out, it dies, it gets destroyed, it breaks, right? That's all there is to it. Okay? That's all there is to it, man. Alright? So with that, man, I'm going to give all praise and glory be unto the Father, and the Son, Yahawashi. I hope you guys verified through the Spirit and power of Yahawashi. Just quick little thoughts, man. Another in transit. But, hey, man, this shit got to give, you know? Because this shit is off as hell, man. This whole place is off. Right? This place is off, right? But it is what it is. You know? The Lord's going to do his work, and the Lord is doing his work. All right? So with that, man, let me give all praise and glory be unto the Father, and the Son, Yahawashi. Till next time, I can say shalom.